Navratri occurs twice in the year. It's 9 nights dedicated to the worship of Adi Shakti Ma, the goddess who is worshipped in the principal forms of Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga. She's also worshipped in the form of Prakriti Ma and seen as primordial energy. So Navratri is a very sacred and auspicious period on the Hindu calendar, which occurs twice. It's powerful for prayer, and I know many Hindus look forward to when this commences tomorrow. It commences tomorrow, 24th of March, and concludes on the 2nd of April with Ram Navami, another sacred day on our calendar.
Okay, with the coronavirus, a lot of persons are being asked to stay at home or practice social distancing. How would you encourage persons who would go to mandirs at this time?
Traditionally, Navratri would encourage people to go to mandirs. This is a practice that occurs twice in the year when it is on. And the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha, in light of the coronavirus, COVID-19, would have put or encourage certain guidelines. We're very conscious that it is necessary to limit social engagement, which is called social distancing, and also to impose on yourselves, if necessary, self-isolation. So in light of that, we have encouraged temples across the country to avoid large crowds and congregations at their mandir. What we are saying to you, if your mandir is not too big, then you should not be having services with large numbers of people. If you have a mandir that can accommodate persons and they can actually be 6 feet away from each other, which is the designated placement of persons away from each other to limit the spread and exposure to the coronavirus, then you can. But even so, limit the numbers of people. You have to be very practical about what the COVID is and also how it is causing serious illnesses and fatalities around the world. It's a pandemic. So we're proposing to mandirs also, you can have your temples open and have people go in individually throughout the day until early evening, but not in crowds, not in large congregations. They can go spend a few minutes and leave. But if you're going to do that, you have to put certain precautions in place. You have to have sanitizers available for people to cleanse their hands or soap and water at least 20 to 30 seconds. And that should be done before entering and when leaving the temples. All objects, all murtis, all surfaces. Now, if you go to a temple, many things are touched. And one of the ways in which the coronavirus, COVID-19, can be spread is touching contaminated surfaces along with close contact. So we are urging that all the surfaces, they must be kept scrupulously clean. And if persons are touching things, then they need to enforce hand cleansing, hand washing, hand sanitizing. People who are 60 years old, that is the elderly population, people who are sick, people who have illnesses that are immunosuppressant type illnesses like diabetes, maybe they're on treatment for cancer, if they have comorbidities, more than one illnesses, we are saying to you, do not go, stay home, stay home. If you're sick, you're coughing, stay home. We have to not only protect ourselves, we have to protect the more vulnerable people, and those include the elderly and sick people. And the big thing that we are proposing with the very easy access to the internet, with social media being available, we are encouraging mandirs that they can do pre-recorded services, messages, chants, bhajans, kirtans, even actual puja, and they can invite the devotees and the congregations to tune in, whether live or using the pre-recorded method as a way of ensuring that the message, the feeling, the collective vibration, that does not diminish because of the limitations. So to make sure that we are also leading by example, the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha on their Facebook page will be every day doing the same. There will be advertised times for puja and services and all of that, so the devotees can tune in wherever they are, whether locally or across the world, and have the same teaching, the same guidance, the same exposure to prayer and collective chanting. And it's a good time, the time in our country when we have the COVID-19 coronavirus, when we have our own tensions within the country, it is a good thing to pray. It is a good time to pray. There's always a good time to pray. So the point of it is, however you choose to observe this Navratri, do it safely, keep the precautions in mind, put the preventive measures in place, be responsible, stay safe, socially distance, self-isolate, but don't stop praying, because prayer is powerful and prayer can move mountains.